Look what happened a couple days ago when I woke up in the middle of the night to take a leak. The traumatic events of that night led me to buy these three items: Tapo Wi-Fi light strip, Tapo T100 motion sensor, which I ended up discarding because you need a Tapo H100 hub or whatever hub. Instead, I ended up buying Philips Hue motion sensor because I already own Philips Hue bridge with some of the smart lights, so I figured it would work better in the end. Let's have a closer look at this Wi-Fi light strip. This is 5 meters long. I'm gonna only need around 3. Not too bad, 25 bucks. This motion sensor, on the other hand, was quite expensive, 32 bucks. I don't know what to tell about it really. It detects motion. So the idea is to hide the power supply here, route it outside from the cabinet, and go fully around it. The more difficult task is to find a place for the sensor. I'm thinking above the door frame or in that corner, but it has to be able to detect you in the shower and while you're sitting down in the toilet. So I need to take that into account. Next task is to add the LED device in the Tapo application. Just gotta find the correct light. Click through all this. The good thing about this LED strip is that it doesn't require a hub. You can go ahead and name it whatever you want. And that's about it. Really simple. Here we have my Home Assistant. By pressing C, we can go to integrations. I've already added the LED here. You can find it under TP-Link Smart Home and control it through displays. So Home Assistant will be the place where all of the automations are going to be done. And as with anything related to home automation, there is going to be troubleshooting and a lot of trial and error. This implementation was not any different.
All right, let's see if this will do. When there's motion and the LED is off, it should turn on. Let's go and see. Still no. If the motion sensor detects motion, light turns on. And as you can see, it's grayed out right now. Then, when I get some motion on, now it's on, even though the light did not turn on. I don't know, something's going on. Okay, I think I'm starting to crack it. Now, as you can see, there's two options that it the automation. After playing around with this for the whole night, I finally found the solution. It seems that Tapo lights have some well-known bugs with Home Assistant, where when an action is triggered with a payload, it will only sort of logically turn on the lights, but the actual strip will not turn on. But there's a workaround where you turn on the strip without any particular payload such as brightness and then right after that action you turn the light on with a payload and your settings that you want to use. But now I can show you it works.
I'm going to install the LED and the power supply inside the cabinet here, then route the cables out from here and install the LED strip fully around the cabinet, like this. Alright, the strip is installed. I must say it looks quite raw when unlit, but I'm sure it'll look better when it's lit up. These I will use for cable routing. I had these laying around. I'm sure they'll be good for cable management inside the cabinet. Here's a quick demonstration how the end product will look. First, the sensor will detect it. The automation will send information to the light, and the light strip should illuminate.
All right, the installation is pretty much done. Let's see if the motion sensor detects. It's hidden right here. Here we go. I mean, it's not perfect. I'm not very handy, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. The cables are pretty much hidden. And this is what it looks, or the cable management right here. These cable routing things turned out to be really handy here. Now I just gotta make the final automation script in Home Assistant, and then we're good to go. Yeah, so my automations are pretty much done. The only thing that I still need to do is find a good place for this motion sensor, because I want it to immediately see you when you walk into the toilet, and also if you sit down right away to pee, it should see you so it doesn't turn off. So I imagine that the only reasonable solution is to place it right here, facing a little bit diagonally down.
Here is the automation. Let's go on to the YAML form. The only issue with this YAML seems to be the fact that when it detects motion, it triggers the action to turn the LED on, and then it waits 500 milliseconds before it chooses the condition. So for example, between 8 in the evening and 9 in the evening, the brightness will be 20, temperature being 2700. When the time moves between 9 and 10, it will be 15 and 2600. Basically what this means is the previously applied condition and its payload will apply into the next condition, but only for the first time when the new condition happens. But I think this should be okay and very unnoticeable because I have configured so many different conditions here, and the light will very gradually transition from warm to cold and vice versa.
Let's see if I can demonstrate it here now. Turns on as the old, but it transitions to the new one. So it's a minor setback, but obviously you can live with it. That was an interesting and nice project, and I feel like the outcome was better than I expected. I can't wait to wake up at 3 a.m. and come pee. Yeah, maybe that's TMI. I think that's about it. Thank you for watching, and feel free to use what you learned here today.